Deborah! Merciful God, you're alive! It's going to be okay. I'm here.
Am I dreaming? Is that... Grenth torment me. Is it really you?
You're safe now, Sergeant. Can you tell us what happened to the Falcons?
Captain Thackeray! Sir! We were ambushed by centaurs. They knew our patrol routes, our tactics, everything.
It's all right, Debs. We'll make sure all of you get back to Divinity's Reach. The nightmare is over.
Thank you. And thank you, Captain Thackeray. You're both heroes.
I'll take these Seraph home and inform the Queen so that Minister Arton can be released. No more innocents will suffer from this treasonous plot. Good work, hero. The truth came out and these Seraph were saved. All because of you.
You're working for. Who set this up?
Curse it all. That bandit's testimony was the only evidence we had.
At least we know the truth and we can protect the Queen. It's not enough, but it'll have to do.
You're right. We'll figure out what to do after we free these prisoners and get them back to the city.
Captain Thackeray, you made it. Hal's information led me to a lion guard named Dansky, who used to deliver messages for Tervelin. Minister Arton's not guilty. Someone was framing him to take the fall if this treason was ever discovered. It's got to be someone else in the Ministry. Someone with money, power, and ambition.
Destroying Falcon Company weakened the Seraph and turned public opinion against the Queen. It was a clever plan, but it almost worked.
I want to see if these bandits have any answers. And if Duena is smiling on us, find my sister. Let's go. Captain Thackeray, you made it. Hal's information led me to a lion guard named Dansky, who used to deliver messages for Tervelin. Minister Arton's not guilty. Someone was framing him to take the fall if this treason was ever discovered. It's got to be someone else in the Ministry. Someone with money, power, and ambition.
Destroying Falcon Company weakened the Seraph and turned public opinion against the Queen. It was a clever plan, but it almost worked.
I want to see if these bandits have any answers. And if Duena is smiling on us, find my sister. Let's go.
The only reason I followed you in there was because you're you. I didn't even think we'd survive, but you were great. Hey, what did you find?
A soldier's journal, half buried in the cage. It has the Falcon Company insignia on it and a list of survivors inside. My sister's name is there. Deborah.
I thought Captain Tervelin said there were no survivors.
Tervelin may be lying to cover his tracks. The book accuses him of setting the company up to be attacked by centaurs.
I don't know what to think. Tervelin, a traitor? You don't think he sent us out here alone to die, do you? He hasn't been happy with me lately.
It's a distinct possibility. But don't worry, Bigsby. We'll get to the bottom of this together.
You must be the hero Thackeray warned me about. He says you're investigating the Falcons. That true?
Yes, Captain Thackeray said you'd help me. Have you heard anything about centaurs taking prisoners?
Thackeray's been swaddled in the royal court for too long. He's forgotten how rough it is out here. You wasted a trip. Falcon Company is long gone. May Grenth have mercy on their souls. Go home, kid. You're in over...
Centaurs! At the North Gate! Get the monks inside! To arms!
Right on schedule. Come on, hero. You're about to learn what it's like outside the city gates. To the North Gate! After you.
Good to see you again, my friend. You have excellent timing. Have you ever heard of Falcon Company?
Falcon Company? Of course I have. One of the most decorated units of Seraph, wiped out by a centaur ambush. My sister was a soldier in that command.
Your sister? I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know. You'll be even more interested in this information than I thought. Scouts in the Queen's Forest discovered pages torn from an old journal. They were apparently written by Willem Harrington, a member of Falcon Company. The writing on the pages is rough, hasty, but it describes survivors of the battle taken prisoner by the centaurs.
Survivors? My sister could be alive? Logan, you've got to let me investigate. I need to know what happened to Deborah.
I thought you'd feel that way. Let's update my records and then you can head to Elven Monastery and speak to Captain Tervelin. Though he's been promoted to captain of Queensdale, Tervelin once commanded Falcon Company. He might be able to tell us more.
Victory is declared. According to the dictates of Crichton law, Minister Zaman is found guilty.
Minister Codicus does not look happy.
He doesn't like anything to infringe on the rights of ministers. Trial by combat took the judgment out of his hands.
Did it? How do you think Zaman knew about the ancient law in the first place? He's no historian.
You think Codicus advised Zaman about the clause?
Never underestimate Minister Codicus.
At least we know the identity of Zaman's backer. Go and celebrate a well-earned victory. Anise and I will be in touch with you.
We're ready to begin, Legate Minister. I have chosen my second.
An interesting choice. For the record, let it be known that this duel will continue until both members of one side surrender or are defeated. If Lord Zaman proves victorious, he is innocent. The case is thrown out and these charges against him may not be brought again. If you win, then Zaman is found guilty of this crime.
I understand.
When you're in position, the trial by combat shall proceed. Good luck to you all. May justice prevail.
Hear ye? The trial of Minister Julius Zaman is hereby called to order. Legate Minister Codicus presiding. Who stands for the prosecution?
I do, Your Honor. We have evidence proving Minister Zaman conspired against the citizens of Divinity's Reach. He abused his authority to commit thievery, murder, and treason. We will present incriminating documents and sworn testimony from respected members of the community, including the sister of the accused.
The prosecution seems to have prepared quite a compelling case. Minister Zaman, can you refute these dire accusations?
Refute? Why bother? My Lord Codicus, in accordance with the most ancient tenets of Crichton law, I invoke my right to trial by combat.
This court accepts your invocation. By law and custom, you may choose a second to fight with you in the circle.
Thank you, Legate Minister. I choose my retainer, Eitel the Unlovable, as my second.
The prosecution must also nominate a principal and a second, or forfeit the case.
I will be the principal, Legate Minister. I'd like to request a short recess to select my second.
Granted. When the prosecution is ready to continue, this court will reconvene and the trial by combat will begin.
I haven't had this much fun since I discovered the agriculture minister was stealing truffles.
I remember that blustery old fool. He swore that his pet pig had dug them up by accident.
The tricky part was telling him from his pig. Now then, my young friend, are you ready to present the case?
I've gone over everything a dozen times. Unless something goes horribly wrong, we'll get our man.
At this rate, Queen Jenna's guaranteed to notice you. If nothing else, I'll make sure your name reaches her ears.
Minister Codicus is waiting. Signal him when you're ready. Good luck, and may Lissa bless you with unparalleled eloquence.
Cost? I'm not a mercenary. I'm here to ask for help identifying the craftsmanship of a piece of handmade paper.
Captain Thackeray, we've had the most marvelous adventure. My friend and I defeated these delinquents with panache and aplomb. You're just in time to celebrate our victory.
I'm amazed. Then again, I should have known the hero of Shaymore wouldn't let your kidnapping go unanswered.
No one hurts my friends without answering to me. And look, we found this letter in the bandit cave. Someone in Divinity's Reach is pulling their strings.
No common thug would use such expensive parchment. There's a paper maker at the trading post named Sinfurserai. Terribly prickly man, but I bet he could identify the design.
Captain Thackeray, let me talk to the papermaker. I'll get the information you need without anyone realizing the Seraph are aware of the traitor in the city.
A solid plan. I'm grateful for the help, but be careful. Whoever's behind this plot is playing rough. I'll be waiting in the city to hear what you find.
Thank you so much, both of you. I'll never forget this.
You're still in danger. Gather the others and head down that tunnel. You can escape through the abandoned farmhouse.
And if you know any fair maidens, be sure to tell them who rescued you. The dashing Lord Farron and his friend.
Just get yourself and the others to a safe place. That's all the thanks we need.
Speak for yourself, old chum.
Before I go, take these documents. I lifted them from the bandits when they were manhandling me. They mentioned some kind of leader in Divinity's Reach. Is that helpful?
It is indeed. Thank you. Now please go. We'll make sure you get out of here safely.
Louts pay for ruining your party. I've got my good sword, sensible shoes, and my fighting coiffure. What else do I need?
You're as ready as you'll ever be. Glad to have you with me. But do me a favor. Stay close. That way we can protect each other.
Don't worry about me. Swordmaster Bongo the One-Eyed told my parents I was the best student he'd ever seen. Am I pleased to see you? Though if you wanted me to leave the party, a simple "begone, freeloader" would have sufficed.
I'll make a note of that. Any idea who these hooligans were or what they wanted?
Not really. I did hear them discussing a farmhouse in Shaymore. They were going to lock me up there with the rest of their hostages.
Well, then I have more work to do. I can't save you and leave the others to rot. Bad form, you know.
Count me in. I may not be a centaur-killing berserker like you, but I can take care of myself. I'll meet you there.
I heard Farron shouting. Where is he?
I saw those ruffians dragging him down the street. They're going to kill him.
Calm down. See to the other guests and make sure no one else has been harmed. I'll go after Lord Farron.
Ah, the hero of Shaymore returns. Come and see how friends and neighbors alike have turned out to welcome you home.
A party, Farron? For me? Or is this just an excuse to get your friends together and see what's in my wine cupboard?
Nonsense! Heroes are always popular. These nice people simply insisted on congratulating you and celebrating your brave victory.
And you insisted on breaking out my finest food and drink for the occasion.
You deserve no less. Still, I can't take all the credit. Your household staff was most helpful, even eager to facilitate the process. I wish my servants loved me half as much. But then, I am lovable in other ways.
And the less said about that, the better. Now wipe off that smirk. Let's go enjoy my best roast duck and brandy.